What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Raya the Barbie, and we are back with another episode of Blunt Talk. Yeah, you already know. We are back with another episode, and I have an artist with me today. I have my boy Conscious in the scene today.
It's your boy Conscious in the building. Let's go.
Yo, y'all know I've been watching him for a while now. Like, I want to say at least a year and some change. He been working, okay? He been working. But first of all, can you let them know where they can follow you and get your music?
Yeah, so you guys can follow me at the Conscience, which is THA_ Conscience. The way you spell conscience is con science. So everything should probably be, either maybe in your description or in my bio, whatever. So you'll definitely see everything. So click the link in our bio
and in the description, because I'm gonna make sure I have it linked there so it's easy for y'all. You have no excuse. Follow my boy and show some love and support, okay?
Facts.
All right, we're gonna get into it today, y'all. Before we get into the topics, we're gonna get to know you because, like I said, I've been a supporter, a fan of you for a little while now. So it's an honor to get to know you and to know more about you. First of all, what's this? You gotta show me what this is.
So this is this is my merch and stuff like that. So I sell my merch. I got duffel bags. I have nothing inside. I literally just I literally just have freaking
what you stuffing with?
Freaking bubble wrap. So but yeah, it's just for show. So yeah.
Promo.
Yeah, facts. So but yeah, this is my merch and stuff. So everything should definitely be in the description and stuff. But yeah, it's my logo. You have the brain, and then you got the horn and the halo, for like the good and bad, like conscience. You got your dumb and smart decisions and stuff.
Sure do.
And yeah, the conscience is like in your brain and stuff. So
it really speaks for itself. Like that's cool though. I like it. It's dope. And purple's my favorite color. So
yes,
I'm gonna need one of those. How old are you? Tell the people how old you is.
So my birthday's today. So I'm 30 years old.
Everybody better spam happy birthday in the comments because he's loyal for coming to see me on his birthday and doing this podcast.
Yes,
like
facts.
That's real networking, real love.
Facts. And I also love to work though too. Like before I was saying, I was just like I like working on days when people shouldn't be working, or like what I mean.
People get those bad
holidays.
Holidays.
Yeah, like holidays, birthdays. You know what I mean. Any day, weekends, you know what I mean? I just like to...
So you're a workaholic.
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, dang. Yeah. So no days off.
She knows. So
no days off.
No, sometimes, so there's sometimes we got those days, but 99% of the time I'm working.
Well, I guess that's why you're getting up there for it. I see you. Yeah. I see the growth is happening, so keep going.
Thank you.
What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries?
I'm an Aries, yes, Aries.
I'm not going to talk shit because I never met a boy Aries, but... The girl Aries
what's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Oh, okay, I know. Well, girls and guys are different.
That's what I'm saying. They're different. Like, I can't really judge you because I've had bad experiences with girl Aries, but I don't know guy Aries, so I can't even judge y'all.
Well, I'm the best Aries. Let's go.
Oh, God. That's what everybody say. Whatever.
I'm done.
Wait. Okay, so. Are you from, where are you from? You from New Britain?
No,
Meriden?
I'm from New Bedford, Massachusetts. Yeah, New Bedford, Massachusetts. Yeah, so I've been in Connecticut probably for like 15 years, probably 15, 14.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, here in Meriden, CT, and yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I did not know that about you. So that's weird for me to be following you for so long and didn't know that that's like where you were from. And
I mention it a lot though, actually, which is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy that I actually be seeing your stuff and I did not know that. So that's good to know, honestly. See, you gotta ask questions, y'all. Ask questions, engage, comment, that's my problem. I'd be scared to engage. Like I told you, I didn't even think when you commented. I did not think you wanted to come on my podcast. So I'd be scared to engage with people sometimes, but I'm getting out of my shell. I want to know, what is the message that you want your supporters to receive from your music?
With my music, I'm pretty versatile when it comes to all my, just my songs and stuff. But most of the stuff that I talk about is basically being your own boss, being self-employed and stuff like that. But I just feel because I'm very strong on being self-employed, being an entrepreneur, because I just feel so many people hate their jobs. You know what I mean? So many people hate their jobs. I just feel you know, you can do something.
About that.
Yeah, you could do something about that. Either if it's, you know, painting nails, freaking doing videography, you know, music. You know, there's people who are professional cuddlers.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
Like, it's
2025. I
nuts.
feel like
Like,
you have no excuse to be where you like to be working where you don't want to work. Like there's too many opportunities to make money. Like I just feel
yeah,
like people are
facts.
scared
Yeah,
to get out of their comfort zone. Like
yeah,
people are really
facts.
nervous to like because people think like I was just saying this in the last episode that I did. Like y'all gonna see it soon, but literally people are so brainwashed into thinking that they have to have a 9 to 5. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's like bet on yourself. Like
Nah,
a
yeah,
lot of people
facts.
don't realize they're super talented in so many ways, and if they would just tap into their talent and like really believe in themselves, they would be so much farther in life. Like it
Yeah,
really be
facts.
yourself holding you back. Like that's what I learned.
Yeah, it's and sometimes I do feel like it takes longer for some people to find out what their talent is. You know what I mean? Because sometimes like it just takes longer for some people. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Sometimes other people will see it, but you don't see it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
facts. So you know that's basically what I be pushing and stuff like that. You know, and I'm like that with everybody. Like, you know, I just literally just tell them like, yo, you could do it. You know what I mean? Even if I just met them today, like,
Swear
I'd be
to
like,
God.
yo, you could definitely do it, man.
They
Like,
probably be so tired of my motivational speeches. Like, girl, shut up.
I'm dead. It'd be like that though, but you know, that's just you know, and I was basically like always like this though. Like, you know what I mean? I was like always like this. So I don't know. Like there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, especially if, you know, if you're trying to use your 9 to 5 money to try to, you know,
Invest
go
in yourself.
invest in
Yeah.
yourself, you know. But I just have no plan B. Like it's always just plan A. So um
So
I
you really
just
just want people to chase whatever they are passionate
yeah,
about.
you know what
Like
I
if
mean?
you're passionate about your 9 to 5, then do it to the
Yeah,
best of your
yeah,
ability. But if
facts.
you know that you have this skill, you should be pursuing that skill. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, so but yeah,
That's a great message to push though, because
yeah,
like I said,
yeah.
it's just a lot of people just have that fear, like that's holding them back, that big fear in their heart. So it's like sometimes music is my biggest therapy. Like music
Mm,
pulls me out of stuff. So
shit,
that's
for
why I
real.
always ask a lot of artists like what their message is, because a lot of this music is like a lot of people like the music that they put out is you could tell there's no substance to it, no purpose. Like they just was just throwing stuff out there a lot
Nah,
of the
yeah,
times.
facts,
So it's
yeah.
like I love to hear artists or hear from artists that have a purpose or a vision behind what they're saying, and they're
Mm-hmm.
not just saying things to like you know run up
Mm-hmm.
some views.
Yeah, I feel you.
So.
I mean, sometimes I do have my moments,
Will you be
you know,
you
with
be
those.
trolling?
No, not trolling, but you know, sometimes I do have my moments with like music that I just like be saying anything.
You'll be playing.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I feel like that's okay. Like
yeah,
it's. I'm
yeah,
not saying you gotta be serious all the time. Like, oh my god, you
yeah.
have to save the world with your music in every
I'm dead.
song. But I'm just saying, like you know, your overall like you should be doing more to uplift your community than
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah,
keep
facts.
them down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I feel like music is a big part of that because in our culture, everybody listens to music. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I know you said that like you're like versatile. So it's like what categories have you dove into like or is there a category of music that you like want to like
Um,
go into what you're kind of like
so yeah, I've tapped into like emo rap.
mm-hmm.
I've done Spanish dembow.
Oh shit.
I have um a, a a punk rock song. Yeah, punk rock song.
Oh shit.
I was double tap. I was tapping into opera. Um, I'm not sure if I'm gonna release it anytime soon, but I've definitely hit those notes. Definitely hit those notes for sure. And like 80s music, I just dropped a song called Single at Prom.
Mm-hmm. I heard
It's
that.
a yeah, thank you. It's like an 80s type vibe. So I do like that 80s, you know, type feeling stuff. So I feel like those type of songs um last very long
Mm-hmm.
as far as like doing like quick music that's just like trendy for like a few
Couple
weeks
months.
a
Mm-hmm.
few months. So I do feel like 80s music does last longer and it's more of a vibe. So you know, you could definitely like it doesn't really get old. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
don't.
it doesn't feel old. So
Every time I put on a
um
song from the '80s, it feel like I just heard it. That thing
yeah,
be
it'd be
hitting.
like that. Yeah. She plays a
So
song, what is it? The Money Talk or whatever. But it's old, right? Or no, is it new? Yeah, so and it just sounds like fresh. Like it
it's
sounds
crazy.
yeah, so
Timeless music is that's a
timeless
great
music, yeah,
yeah.
that's like yeah, timeless music, yep.
That's a great
Yep.
genre to chase for real. Because like I said, music is powerful. So you want to be able to have people listening to conscious 30 years from now and be like, damn, I've been listening to him since I was in high school, since I
Facts.
graduated. You know,
Facts.
that'd be a dope feeling. So
Yeah, facts.
damn, oh, that's great. I didn't know that you did all these different types of music. That's really,
Yeah,
really cool.
I have a song that I'm working on. It's a reggaeton song. So yeah, so hey,
Hey,
so
we gotta
yeah,
go to the party, yo.
so
We gotta put some
yeah,
conscious on in the
so
club.
yeah,
Hold on.
facts. You already know. But yeah, so a reggaeton song, and I do yeah, I don't mind double. I keep saying double, but I don't mind dabbing on everything, like or anything.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
good. That's good. That's
yeah,
what real artistry is like.
yeah,
Really
facts.
not having a set sound, like just being able to be creative and come up with different things, different ideas, and way to mesh it
Yeah, and it's
together.
just so boring. Like if you just have this
A
like
set,
just
like
not
yeah,
sit, like you know what I mean, and you're just only
because then
known
you end
for
up being like limited, like
yeah
to
and
a certain
boxed
audience.
in and
Yeah,
yeah,
and then your
so
supporters, like it's hard for you to grow as an artist when you have one way of doing things, one sound, one type of fan. Like it's like how do you grow? How do you
yeah, and yeah, and that's crazy though too. Like you say that because it's just like your audience grows up. Like you know what I mean. You can't
they're not
always
gonna always be listening to that
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, you know what I mean? You're not going to be 60 listening to pop bottles or
Yeah.
smashing chicks and,
I would
single
hope
life.
not. I would
Like,
hope not. Okay.
so, but yeah.
That is so funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask this question because I wonder, like, all right, have you ever had a management team?
No, I never had a management
Would you
team,
want
no.
one?
I
Because a lot
would,
of people say they would like to stay independent sometimes.
I guess it would just have to be the right deal, but I am good where I'm at. I just wish I had like certain things, like as far as like, I wish I had like a manager that, maybe a booking manager
Right.
and maybe a manager that probably did some scouting for me for like music video
Yeah.
places and someone that could talk to me more on like because I'm always like professional when I do all my stuff. I have my contracts, my waivers, especially when I pitch out my video treatments for my music videos. So when I go to um these uh these locations, these CEOs, these building owners,
Mm.
you know what I mean? I dress up in a suit and tie.
Period.
I have my contracts, my waivers, my liability forms. I'm always professional, but
Man
sometimes I
first.
just wish like I just had someone else to
Yeah.
do it for me.
Yeah.
And then I get like hella nervous like every single time like I try to
I
pitch out
feel
my
you.
and I just hate that nervous feeling. So it's just like, fuck, I gotta do this again. So, but it comes with everything. So especially when you're an artist or even an entrepreneur, you always have to go through uncomfortable situations all the time. So it's not always so like, oh, it's flashy or
Right.
lights, camera action. Like,
It's
no, you
real
got to put
nerve
yourself
wracking
in like,
sometimes.
yeah. So you got to put yourself in like awkward situations, uncomfortable situations, you know, and yeah, yeah,
So you feel like it would help with like the nerves and like the uncomfortable part of being an
yeah,
artist. Like
yeah. So I just
you could
sometimes
just
I
show
just
up and perform.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes I just want to just do that, but
Yeah.
sometimes I just wish like I had like a type of manager that would just be like, oh, conscious, like, you want to shoot a video where?
Right.
Okay, bet. Let me pitch out to this company. Let me because it's hard though because like I get declined and I get told no
I feel you.
every
That's hard.
day. So it is hard, but it's also like I gotta get that
It's
yes.
motivating.
I gotta get that
It's
yes.
motivating.
Like you know
Yep.
what I mean. So
And then when you get that yes, you're gonna be like, I
yo
did that
yo for
shit.
real, and she be peeping it. Like when I be getting a location, I be like, let's go. Like I be like, let's go. I got this. So
Period.
and it feels better though too. Like
Because you worked for it. You put the
yeah,
time, the effort in. You learned from the last mistake. Did better
yeah,
the next
facts.
time.
And yeah, and I feel like a lot of artists should like tap into doing stuff like that though too, because like how I said, it's not always just like camera and put the tripod or whatever and put the music out. Like it's a business,
Mm-hmm.
it's literally a business. So, um, but yeah,
A lot of people are in for the after the math, but they're not in there for the work.
yeah,
Like
facts. Yeah, that's
so
that's
you gotta be
legit
in it
how
for
it
both.
is. Mm-hmm.
All right. Who is your dream feature?
My dream feature, I do have. Thank you for asking. I do have some features in mind that I would love to work with. First, I would love to work with Russ.
Okay.
I would love to work with DDG.
Okay.
I would love to work with Trippie Redd.
Okay.
I would love to work with St. John.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
You'll probably find out sooner or later, but
no, I might if I see him.
You'll probably hear some of his songs.
Sometimes I'm bad with names.
Let's see. Post Malone would be dope.
Oh, I love Post Malone.
Kid
oh my
Cudi.
God, that would be fire.
Kid Cudi will be very dope.
Oh my God. You're seeing some really good artists that will really mesh with you.
Yeah, I know, because like I have that type of, but
I'm picturing the visuals. Like the visuals would go crazy.
Yeah, facts, freaking facts. But
y'all see this? Hit my boy up for a feature right
facts.
now.
You already know. Let's go.
Yo,
but yeah, those will probably be the people I would love to work with.
Why?
But yeah.
Is it just their sound? Is it just their music?
So it's a little bit of everything. So like when it comes down to Russ, I love his like ambition and stuff, and like what he preaches in his music, and he's very influential. Influential. Yes, thank you. Shit. But yeah, when it comes down to like DDG, I feel like the same thing, influential.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it right?
Yeah.
Is this the way I say it?
Influential.
No,
influential.
Influential.
Yes, that's
influential.
Influential. Yes.
Okay. This is good. Like my words and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Yo, man, she be correcting me all the time.
Yo, I cannot. That is too funny.
Yo, shit. But nah, yeah. And I watched him grow though too.
Yeah,
like
same.
As like a YouTuber to like I used to watch him when he had like 50,000 views, and then like from
seeing him
from
college years ago till now is like damn.
Yeah.
Hard work really does pay off, because he used to get up and like do YouTube videos every single day. Every single day he had a video up.
Yeah,
I'm like, that is grinding. What?
Facts. And then another person I would love to do a song with that some people troll on this guy is Soulja Boy. I know
like Soulja Boy.
I know a lot of people really be trolling on this man.
They do, but he's talented.
This guy is literally like the seed to everything when it comes to like like literally like this guy. Like
that's why he's so like. I feel like people get caught up. He be saying the right thing. He just be saying it the wrong way.
Sometimes,
so
facts.
People don't like arrogance. That's what it is. He just, but I feel like at the end of the day, when you work hard and people kind of like constantly try to act like you don't work hard or like you don't have, like you're not where you're supposed to be or whatever, you kind of gotta really show them, like, nigga, I am though, like, but I am,
and that's like, exactly how it is.
Like,
though,
so I feel him, because it's like that's like somebody gaslighting you every single day to think that you're not who you are, and
look at the receipts,
like, nigga,
here.
Like now I'm gonna freak out. Like, so I feel like he be having his Kanye moments, and that's really what it is.
And he has all the receipts. I don't know if I
like him like a person, but like as an artist, he earned them plaques. Like I ain't gonna lie, he put on. So
he put on for everybody. Like
everybody,
you know what I mean? Like that guy is literally like. But yeah, I would love to have a song with him though too. But yeah.
Okay.
Those are good.
Artists. I didn't think you would say Soulja Boy though. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to get into the little icebreaker. We're going to do Would You Stay or Would You Leave? Because we'll get into the topic. But before we get into the topic, I like to just bring the vibes down. Let it be cool, chill. Before we get into serious questions, because y'all know I be trying to get into real deep, topics. I be trying to get into deep topics, so we got to be a little funny, give y'all a little something to smile about. All right. Would you stay or would you leave, y'all? If your parents don't want y'all together.
I would still stay because
period.
I'm in a situation right now. My mom's not really the biggest fan of my girl.
Are you serious?
Yeah. My mom's very like religious, but very religious, and she sees like one tattoo. Like it's like
she said the devil.
Yo,
you got to go.
Yo, but I guess it just depends, like how she,
like what the reason is.
Nah, like like how she met her, like, cause like the like I was telling her, I was just like, if she met you at like, if she was like a cashier and she was like, oh hey Conscience, and she's like, oh this your mom, oh hey how you doing, like, you know what I mean, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
But my mom was like at the hospital at the moment, and she had a kidney stone, so and she didn't know anyone was coming.
Right.
So And then
so you kind of set her up to
yeah,
get cursed out.
you know, but I just felt like, you know,
how you gonna do her like that? You knew your mom was already hard to meet. Why would you bring her to meet her when she in pain? Kidney stones. My mom had a kidney stone. Them shits hurt.
Yo, for real.
I would never let her meet none of my men when she on a kidney stone.
Shit, but nah, yeah, but yeah, she was cool, you know, certain times and stuff, but
overall,
but yeah, now it's she doesn't really like approve, but yeah, I was obviously staying, so yeah.
I feel like I feel like at this grown age though, like it's hard to like sit there and let your parents like condone, like you're not condone,
decide
for you.
Yeah,
like I'm grown, like so it's like who I date doesn't really affect you. I would say the only time I would really listen to like, and I probably still wouldn't because I probably wouldn't notice it in the moment, like if I was probably in like an abusive relationship or something like that. But other than that, like I don't see a reason for you to like let your parents control who you love or who you like. Because even if that person, if they see a red flag for you, it's like that's not. People have to learn on their own. If you have to go through their own experiences. So it's like I don't like when people feel like parents, especially, they be feeling like they have to live through their children. Like, you know, like let your kids have their own experiences. Let them meet who they want to meet. That's how you're gonna find out who's the right one for you, is by dating who you want to date and working through things, figuring things out, you know. So that's a good thing. Don't be leaving. Don't be leaving over your parents, y'all. Don't be leaving. That's stupid. We grown, especially if you're grown. Maybe if you were in high school, because you know that's a lot of drama. You don't want to get like my mom was crazy. She might beat the girl up or something. Like I wouldn't do that to nobody. But we grown. So would you stay or would you leave if your partner still shows love to the deceased ex?
Me? No. Oh, like, a deceased ex?
Like, say her ex passed away, right?
Oh, okay.
And on his birthday or whatever, she like posts like R.I.P.
Oh, for me, I wouldn't care.
I fuck with you.
Honestly, I wouldn't care.
That was really for me because I have an ex who passed away, right? Done. And some guys be like weirded out, like when it's like his birthday, like, and like I post something. But some guys be like, I understand, like that's and it's somebody. It's not like I was somebody like it was somebody I was with in high school. So it's like some people they like are understanding about it because they're like, you know, somebody died, somebody lost their life. But then it's like other people they're like super insecure, like
you still love the person, or
like oh you be thinking, you be wishing that he was still. Like, dang, of course I wish somebody was here. Like, I wish somebody's life was here. But, like, damn, like, you know, it's really mostly about just respect. And, you know, like, respecting that, you know, their life and that it was lost. You know, that's really what it be. Like,
yeah, I'm probably, like, one of, like, the guys that probably that, like, I don't really care.
Yeah, like, about stuff like that.
About stuff like that. Or even, like, I'm very lenient when it comes to, like, you know, having my girl, like, basically do anything. Like
going out and
going out, like, you know, I'm not no like controlling person, or you can't wear this or you can't say that, or you know what I mean.
Like you allow her to be her own person.
Yeah, you know, and plus, you know, she models though too in Vixens, you know what I mean, and she's her own, it's like how I said, it's a business aspect, like, you know what I mean. So I always look at it like that, and if it ever anything did, you know what I mean, if anything just happened, like, you know, she was cheating on me or whatever, like I'll be hurt, but you know what I mean, like I'm like, when it comes to relationships, like if something bad does happen, it happened for a reason, because like God made it, okay, well, and I wouldn't, like, I'll still feel hurt, but it you know, it's like I've been hurt so many times, it's just like
you would understand, like you would not understand, but it was like it wouldn't be like the end of the world. It would be like, damn, I learned.
In fact, I accept it. Yeah, you know, like, what I mean.
I'll be able to accept it. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I feel like that's true, because a lot of men, like, they hinder their women's growth, like, because they like they women could really like fuck around and take care of them. Like, they don't even be realizing some of these women is talented. Facts, and it's like real. They be thinking like, and
hold them back and everything.
The most loyal women I know are so talented, but they are held back by their controlling ass man. Like, and I be like, yo, she trying to, little do you know, she don't be thinking about no other nigga. She be out here on the phone with me like, I wish I can just get through this shoot because I want to get home to this dude, but he's yelling at me. He thinks I'm here flirting with this dude. And the whole time the girl like is head over heels for the dude. Like, don't be missing out on these good relationships, y'all. Like, don't be missing out on these good women, these good men being insecure. Let them have their own life. As long as they not doing nothing to you, hurting you, treating you wrong, let people live. Like, life is hard. Don't be making nobody be depressed and controlled, locked up in the house. That is so.
Shit. But yeah, I'm very
lenient when it comes.
Yeah,
Okay.
extremely
so that's,
lenient.
Cool with the deceased sex.
Yeah, I'm definitely
more
cool
power
with that.
to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Period. I fuck with that. That's no insecurities. If your partner lied about their finances and was in serious debt, would you stay or would you leave?
I would definitely stay.
If they lied about their finances,
if they lied,
and she was in serious debt.
Serious debt.
Serious debt. So say you got with her, you thought she was straight, and then you bet with her for 2-3 years, and then she's like, "Babe, I meant to tell you."
Damn, I think
I owe the bank about $50,000.
Yeah. Now that you say that,
that's a big lie.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that is a big lie. Honestly, like because that's like it's not like a lie that was told once.
Right.
It's a lie that's every day, that's untold. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't have to keep on saying like.
Right.
You don't have to keep on saying it. Like,
it's gonna come up every day.
You know what I mean? So and also.
And then their excuse is gonna be like, "Well, you didn't ask me."
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask you that every day.
Shit. So, if I was to stay, she will handle it. Like, you will have to handle your debt, not me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't handling nothing.
On my soul.
You know, you put yourself in that situation.
On my soul. We ain't getting married till you fix that. Fix that.
Shit. But I don't know. I think I would probably it would probably be done. Probably.
It depends on how you feel about her, like how deep it is.
I mean, because it would be deep. Obviously, we're already deep and stuff. But if that was like really real,
but we talking in general. Like, yes, y'all relationship, you gonna stay. But
I'm done. If it was a habit,
I'd be like, you ain't gonna leave her. You gonna do it. That's why you say, you was like, well, she gonna have to pay for it. He's like, I ain't gonna leave her.
But yeah, I think I'll probably leave.
Yeah.
I will probably leave. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My credit not that good already. I don't got time for that. Like, I'm not in that much debt for me to be worried about. And then it's not even about like the debt part, because it's like you said, like, it's the fact that you had to lie for so long and like hold in that lie. Like, that takes a lot.
Especially if you find out without like not them telling you, like, you know, when you find out, like,
then we getting older, so it's like debt, credit, all that is mattering more and more. So all this time that you wasted lying, you could have been telling me about the shit, and we could have been coming up with a solution. But your bitch ass would have like, I would have probably turned up like, ugh. All right, so we leaving, y'all. Don't do that. If you cheated, but you never got caught, right? But later on, you catch her cheating. Would you leave or would you stay? Like, say she doesn't, like, say you cheat. She never finds out about it. But then months later, you find out about her cheating. Are you going to stay or are you going to leave her?
Well.
Like, are you going to stay like, damn,
first
I know I did cheat.
I mean, first things first, I've never cheated and I wouldn't want to.
Right.
But, I don't know. I feel like I would just be upfront. Like, if I did.
But like would you tell her, like, oh, I'm staying with you because I made a mistake? Or like,
damn, like, I don't lie. Like, I don't know. It's so
like, damn, so I wouldn't be able to lie to her.
That question is actually pretty rough for me though, because it's
you
just
like,
told her. Yeah, because I would have told her, and also because like I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't see myself like ever cheating on anybody. Like,
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Like you feel like you're too honest of a person.
Yeah, and that. If I did, damn, like I wouldn't know. Like my mind don't go past that. Like I don't know. Like
that's good though.
You know, like, yeah. I'm even getting hurt myself just thinking if I did. Like damn, I gotta think. Yo, it's crazy. And then like the way my mind works, sometimes I'd be like, damn, did I really just do that shit? Like, did I?
Yo, that's funny as fuck.
Yo, shit.
No, I'm trying to think because I've never. Okay, I cheated one time, but it was like I cheated back.
Oh shit.
Like I cheated back though. Like I was getting cheated on like a lot.
Damn.
And I feel like he thought that I would never do, like, you know how when somebody like thinks that you so weak and you never gonna do nothing back, like, oh, that bitch ain't gonna do shit. Like,
I do feel like I feel like I can understand.
A build up, like a boil up. Like I have to do something, but then I felt like shit afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah,
But
so I would never do that again.
Yeah,
Like,
I do feel like I would
I knew I
understand on
didn't hurt
that
him.
part.
I hurt myself, so I would never do that. So all you women out there, do not use your body to get back. Even if that nigga does you a million times wrong, like your get back is walking away from that nigga, acting like that never happened, literally, because it's just you don't feel better after. But I would say if I would still leave, even if I cheated, because like I said, the one time I cheated, I felt like I had an actual reason. And it's like if you feel like you have to cheat on somebody, then y'all shouldn't be together. So I like so when he found out that I cheated, I took that as opportunity to like tell him, yeah, I didn't want. I'm done. I didn't want to deal with this anymore. So I feel like if you're gonna cheat, you should already tell yourself that you're checked out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once you get to that step of cheating, it's like you don't truly love that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because you wouldn't want to hurt that person that way. Like everybody knows how it feels to be hurt that way. So I just know once I cheat on you, I don't love you. I don't.
I'm done.
So we're done with the, icebreaker, whatever. We're gonna get into the topic. So we're gonna be talking about finding love in artistry, because as an artist, a lot of the times I know a lot of artists. I know a lot of people in the music industry and the entertainment industry, like content creating, all that. When it comes to like living a certain lifestyle, like a lot of people think that you can't settle down and be with one person, or you can't be loyal to one woman, and that your lifestyle calls for you to behave a certain way. So I've always followed you, and I always seen how open and proud you were of your relationship, and like how it was very admirable to see, because most artists are very selective of what they show about their relationship. It's usually them just every now and then in a video, or like at an interview, and and you could tell it's sponsored. So it's like your content seems so genuine and like natural, like oh, this is how we are, like this is how we really are day to day. So like I really wanted you to like answer some of these questions so you can give other artists like maybe that can relate to you, and give them a sense of like not be ashamed of like being in a relationship, because I feel like that's where most of it comes from, like that shame of like I'm only with one woman, when really it should be like, what's that called, like you should be praised for like having that type of discipline, because most men don't have that. My first question about this topic is like, was there ever a time where you felt that being in a relationship was going to hinder your growth?
In the beginning, I guess, in the beginning, like I felt like not really hinder my, I guess, yeah, you
Like
could
as an
probably say it
artist?
like that, because like at the time, I don't know how to explain it though, because I'm always a person that knows how to make things work, like you know what I mean, like I know how to make things work, but sometimes I do feel like in the industry, like it is sometimes a tad bit better when you're like single, especially in like this type of like industry, or even like the movie industry and stuff like that, because like it does get a little bit hard, especially having someone that might be like insecure or stuff like that. But we're very open when it comes to like just understanding the business, like you know what I mean. But I really do feel like I could understand why some men,
Feel that
or
way?
yeah, some men feel that way, that they want to like maybe like hide her a little bit, or not post her or whatever. Like I was never really like the type um to
Give a
like
fuck?
to put her to the side or whatever, because like I would want her to grow though too, like you know what I mean, I want her to shine, like I don't want to be the only one
Shining, yeah.
shining, like you know what I mean. I was always like about like everybody, like you know what I mean, like I'm not gonna be the only one trying to provide or trying to get up there, and
Right.
my connections are your connections, you know what I mean. So
you look at it like y'all a team,
yeah, so yeah, definitely a
instead
team,
of like,
yeah,
oh, she's holding me
definitely.
back. It's like more like, how can we help each other?
Yeah, so and yeah, I try to, sometimes there'll be moments where it's like it's like, oh, like, cause I
This
just
is
love to,
hard.
yeah, cause I love to work, and it's not like it's it's just built in me. Like it's not like I'm trying to like show off or
Right.
trying to prove to prove to anybody. It's just like it's a routine for me. Like it's definitely a routine. Like I have to do something. I can't just stay still like all the time. Like she knows. I just Like,
You want to choke your
yeah.
ass. Sit down. Sit down.
Sure.
Let's watch a movie.
But it's very, but it's very good to like have those relaxed days. Get a facial.
Hell yeah.
Relax. You know
Yep.
what I mean. So it's very those days are definitely needed. But after that's done, we back to it. We back to it. Facts. So
Damn.
yeah.
Okay. I feel like the only reason why those are good reasons. I feel like you did a good. You explained it in a good way of like both sides, like how you feel like it doesn't hinder, but at the same time, you can see how most men could feel
Mm-hmm.
or see how it does. I feel like though, like most men, the reason why they feel like it hinders them is because they go don't really be the music, they go be other women, and I be saying
Mm-hmm.
that because I be peeping like if your goal is really like the music, right? Um,
Yeah, I could see
why
what
is
you're
it that
saying.
like the men that be saying like, oh, I don't post my girl because like I want my page to be focused on my music, but then you go on their page and it's like every reel they have of their music, it's like they got a million bitches around. It's like you kind of like blocking out your music with really like the image. Like it's like you
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
gives like
It's
you
not
really
your
want
real
the
life.
image.
It's this fake
It
life,
gives
and
like you want the
yeah, yeah,
image
yeah.
and you don't want you're not trying to bring attention to the music. You want the image of like I got the money, I got the girls, I got the
Mm-hmm.
bitches. And it's like
Shit, my girl be in my videos.
that's
Shit,
what I'm
like
saying.
she's
Like,
the
y'all
main
not fucking no
girl.
bad bitches. Like, I'm just confused.
Like,
Your girl not worthy to be the you know what I'm saying? Your video vixen. I'm just confused. Like,
mm-hmm.
they be making it seem like they can't boss up with their girl. Is what I
Yeah,
be saying. Like,
facts, facts,
especially if
facts.
I know if that's your girl, you should think she fine. So if you think she
Mm-hmm.
fine, shit, she should be your main bitch in your
Yeah,
video. I
yeah,
just don't
yeah.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get not everyone because you're an
Mm-hmm.
artist. You gotta you got to network. You gotta have different
Mm-hmm.
models. But like for some men to never want to showcase their girl or
Yeah,
just
I don't get it.
to
I never
me it
understood
just
that.
how do you not expect a woman to feel like you doing something else or you want other women, like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like for her to be
I
completely hidden?
honestly think that's not even healthy at
That's
all.
not healthy
Like,
at all. Like I just feel like that's broadcasting to the world that like I'm single when I'm not.
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
I just don't
facts.
get it. So yeah, I agree.
And then to get hit up,
Yeah,
like
and
if
then you're
you're
getting hit
like,
up all the time because you're putting it out there like if you're
yeah.
available
I
when
mean,
you're
I
not.
still get hit up and she gets hit up like regardless, but
Right.
it's just
And
like,
y'all are openly, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine if you were to act like y'all in a whole relationship, but you're posting like if you don't have a girl,
Yeah, yeah. It's just
and
crazy.
you're expecting her to be understanding to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I'm an
crazy.
artist, so okay, nigga,
Yeah.
like the fuck.
Yeah, I never really understood that
I
type.
never
Like,
understood it. That's why I really am like mind boggled by. Yeah, and then
like when we like somebody's stuff, we're like, oh, by the way, your man likes like I don't care.
yo,
like
like,
they so weird. Like, and that's what I'm saying. People be wanting to see relationships break down,
brick,
and that's why
exactly,
the key is
exactly.
honesty, transparency, being a team instead of feeling like, oh, this person's holding me back from this one. Help each other
Yo,
build, be each other's backbone.
you know how many times like I'll like a girl's picture or whatever, and then or just like a story or something like that. It'll be something even simple though too, like you know their man would hit me up. Oh, stop liking my girl's pic.
People are
Or
really
even be
insecure.
yo, they'll have their own account. They'll have it on like they'll be on their girlfriend's account hitting me up. Like it's crazy. Like it's literally crazy. And I just be like, yo, you're too insecure, man. Like
That's
you
the
know,
insecurity you gotta work on.
yeah. Like, and it's not like I'm hitting her
Like
up
DMing
or
her like you
like
beautiful, hard eye. Like nigga, you acting like I'm pursuing her. Like
yo.
I'm trying to show love. Like
It's
I'm
just
just
crazy, and that's what the app is for, though.
yo
Like
and I agree. Like don't get me wrong. I'm big on like having respect. Like don't be
yeah,
liking
facts. Yep.
bitches half naked photos and shit. But like if you showing love, like hey, like I know her, I'm gonna show love. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of us know each other. Like Connecticut is very small, so even if we're not friends, a lot of us know each other, seen each other around. Know each other's families, know each other's cousins. Even if I don't know him, I might know his cousin, I might know his brother. So it's like if I see somebody on social media that I know and the picture is nice or his outfit is nice and I like it, doesn't mean I want him. Like
Mm-hmm.
people got to realize that just because a lot of people be projecting,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people they don't know how to look and not touch. They don't know how to admire beauty and just keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are beautiful in this world.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I want to fuck them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's like
that,
yeah,
just because you want to fuck everybody you think is attractive doesn't mean I do. So it's like I feel like it'd be a lot of people projecting what they like the fact that they don't have that discipline onto other people.
Shit, freaking facts.
All right, so okay, so how have your family dynamics impacted your views on love?
Family dynamics, explain that for me.
Like, so some people like their parents have been married their whole life. Some
Mm.
people, their parents have been separated their whole lives. So that impacts like how they view relationships or how they view women or men, or how, like say I've had a bad experience. Like I was raised mostly by my mom, and my dad was not in the house when I was young. So I've always looked at my mom as like as a woman, as the one that's supposed to like keep the family together, reach out, like the one that's supposed to chase and like, so it took me years to like learn my real role as a woman and like what I deserve, what I want. And so I feel like my family dynamics shifted me in that way. How would you say your family dynamic shifted you in your relationship or in love in general?
Um, my parents got divorced when I was like pretty young.
Oh.
Um, I was just kind of like told that like um love doesn't last forever,
Mm.
you know. So I kind of like grew up with that like mentality. So like not to put shade on my dad, but he's a very, hardworking man, and he's very wise, very, very, very wise. Um, but when I was small, I remember him telling me like, he was just like, oh, one day, me and your mom might not be together, forever, and I used to live in the projects, and sometimes we would go for walks together, like we would just go walks together and stuff, and yeah, that kind of just like stuck with me because it's just like I wanted my mom and dad to always be together. Like damn, like
Damn.
and the way I grew up, like not to throw any shade on my parents at
Yeah.
all, but like we grew up in a Christian household, but it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like that. So um another thing is it's like they never really kissed in front of us. Like we never really got to witness them really being like
Affectionate.
a couple, and yeah, affectionate. So like I remember like when we would have like Bible study, because I'm Seventh-day Adventist, so we go to church on Saturdays and stuff. So my dad was a pastor. He still is, but and then we was like the pastor's kids, what I mean, and my mom, the pastor's wife and stuff.
Right.
So it looked like a perfect family, at church.
Right.
But at home it was just like everything was kind of distant.
Like cold.
Yeah, like my dad slept in the basement, but it was like hooked up and stuff,
Yeah.
but it was he slept in the basement. Sometimes on Fridays we would have like these Bible studies, and after like we pray and stuff like that, we would like be like, okay, now the Sabbath is about to happen, because on the sunset, yeah, sunset on Friday night is basically our Sabbath for Saturday. So it's like preparing our day for our Sabbath day for Saturday. So on Fridays we'll like we'll pray and stuff, and then we'll give each other a kiss. You know what I mean? And I remember, I would always remember, because I used to do it basically almost every single time. I would have my mom's head and my dad's head, and I would try to force them to kiss, and they would always like
not want to do it.
Not want to do it. Not want to do it. So like always growing up to see stuff like that was always kind of like um uh
Discouraging.
kind of, yeah, but it was just like damn, like I would always see like happy families, you know what I mean? It's just like damn, I want my mom and dad to
Be happy
be
together.
happy together, like but it was just like so weird though, because we would only be like happy like at the church. So it was always confusing for me. Like always
are you happy or are you not?
Yeah,
like,
so but
oh dang.
but I feel like it's helped me out though to like have like I don't know, like tough skin in a sense, but also to, just like believe in love now, because like it was very like hard for me to, if I seen like just like the tiniest red flag, I'd be like, nah,
not trusting it.
Nah, I'm good. Nah, I don't care like how good she looked or anything like that. Like, I was always, taught like, not, it shouldn't be like this, but like there's always another taxi. There's always another female.
Yeah.
There's always another person.
Yeah.
Like, uh, you're in New York City.
Yeah.
And you see like, oh, like, hey, like, you know, I need a taxi. That one goes. There's always another one that comes by. Like, you know what I mean? So I was always like, I didn't care. Like, you know, I just didn't care. Um, but yeah, it took me a while to like really like focus. You know what I mean? And really be like, okay, well, you know, this is like love for real.
Right.
But it's impacted me like the way my mom and dad are, just with everything though. So but yeah, I don't know if I answered the question or not, but
no, you did. But
so
it's just
yeah.
like, dang, it's kind of sad because it's like we don't realize how our childhood really does affect us, like in our relationships growing up, like until we start to grow up and start to try to build our own relationships, and then we start to realize, like, dang, those little things did like really shape how I look at certain people or how
and I was very young. I was
things
very
out of
young.
certain people, like, yeah, and because you're so young, you really don't put two and two together until you start like, wait, this is how I acted, this is how I felt then when this happened, and now this is how I'm looking at everybody else and how I'm expecting them to treat me now.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you start realizing you're shaping your whole life to like relive the trauma, and it's like I had to learn that it's okay to trust people, it's okay to love, it's okay to do a lot of those things, but just because we, you know, didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that's what a lot of people don't get to, you know, grow up and see. Sometimes you get to become an adult, and a lot of people still haven't witnessed true love. So it's sad. I just want y'all to know it's out there. I'm gonna get it. Okay. Do you think societal expectations influence artists on like their dating habits? Like how we were saying how they have to hide their girl sometimes because other artists might look at them like, he can't hang, like he got a wifey and he ain't gonna be down for the shit we down for, or like, you know, like I feel like it's a societal thing as well, like where like us as fans don't expect you to be loyal to one woman, you know. So it's like, you think society plays a role in that too?
For me personally, no. I'm just very strong on my
Morals.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm very like if I'm out anywhere, like, you know, a girl with a fat ass, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, you know, it's all right, but you know, my girlfriend got that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I was always like that. Like,
that's,
you know,
how it's supposed to be. That's,
you know, so I was always like that. So like, but I've witnessed plenty of times, like, you know, some of my friends or, you know, people that I know personally, like out clubbing somewhere or whatever, and they're doing their thing when I'd be like, ugh.
Like,
but
they
then
get swayed.
yeah, but I'm always the one to be like, yo, that wasn't right, man. Or
like, you know, like,
yeah. So if I don't really know you like that, like,
I might not speak up.
Yeah, you know, whatever,
boys,
do it.
tell you.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like I only got really like three best friends. You know what I mean. I would be like, nigga, you gotta tell your girl. Like you got to tell your girl.
It will get
like
back. People don't realize the truth comes out.
Yo,
the
shit.
truth will. The light always comes. I mean, the dark always comes to the light. I'm telling y'all be thinking that nobody ever gonna find out about them dirty dark secrets, and they will find out at the worst time possible. So just be good to people.
Shit, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, yeah, it's always been like that. So
yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like but I feel like it's all right, maybe not okay, yes, society to an extent, but I feel like it's mostly like your inner community. Like, because like most people don't care about like what the world thinks unless like you're famous. But like before you get famous, like the artists I know that's coming up, they mostly care about like what their community thinks. So it's like a lot of people, like if their community approves of the relationship, then they don't mind boasting about it or making it their whole identity. But I feel like a lot of people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if their community don't really like, oh, y'all don't look right together, or like I heard this about her, you shouldn't be with her, or whatever the heck. If they don't approve, then it's like that. Like a lot of men will feel like they have to hide it or like, you know, dress it up or make it look pretty. But if their community, like, say, I know a couple couples that like they get a lot, like they're not even good couples, like they not good to each other, but like they got the look, like Krishan and Blueface. That's not some people that should not have been together.
I'm done.
But because you know they mesh together and it fit the like societal like you know expectations, like the looks, the money, the cars, like somewhat toxicness, like people like to see that, so it's like that made them stay together. I feel like some people stay together longer than normal because of other people's expectations sometimes. So it's like, even though they know they might not be met, or they may know that shit is not going the way it should, it's like society plays a role sometimes. They peer pressure people into thinking that they want stuff
I
that they
could
don't want.
definitely see that. Yeah, I could definitely see what I definitely know what you're talking about. Cause I was going out with a girl at the time. Like this was a few years back, and we was I was still trying to do like my shit like with music, and I was always very open about like having my girl with me and stuff like that. But I do feel you, because it's like we can't break up now. We built this together, or like like, so I definitely do understand like a little bit, but it's also like it is hurting yourself way more.
Yeah.
Like way more,
Yeah.
because it's just like um I was dating some chick, and I wanted to actually break up with her for almost a year, and I was just like finding out ways, no one wanted me with her, you know what I mean? And I was just like kind of forcing myself,
To stay with
just
her.
to stay. And I was still like attracted to her and stuff like that, but it was this
You just knew
I just knew.
it wasn't
And
for
I just
you.
knew it was just like arguments were like just like, I don't know, easy. They were
Quick
just
to get
easy
into.
arguments. They were just like for nothing, and I would actually pray for us to break up and give me the power to break up. Like, it's crazy. Crazy, because I was like,
motherfucker stressing you out. You praying to God.
Like, yo, God, please give me away. Like, yo,
God, please tell her to leave me tonight.
but it was very hard for me it was very hard for me though too, because it's just like I felt like I kind of like built something and people knew, like, you know what I mean?
So it was kind of like embarrassing for you.
Yeah, so it'd be like, damn, like,
oh, that too. People don't talk about that either.
So it's just like
embarrassment.
So it's just like I just always felt like, damn, like I was like, damn, I know it's gonna happen one day, but it's just like why can't I? Why can't I
like, just make that decision? Yeah.
But it taught me a lot. That relationship taught me a lot, though. Every relationship, teaches you a lot. But it definitely made me more kind of like tough, I guess, more tough skinned, but like also I'm just like thinking like so much, because I was like at the time, like, but I don't it's not like I hate like any of my exes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I learned a lot, and it makes you who you are today. So
that's facts.
So yeah,
that's facts. Everybody that you've ever been with, I feel like even if it was bad, like sometimes like you have to try things to see what you don't like, and now you know what you like when you meet other people. Now you can check off a red flag quicker. Like sometimes you don't even notice that it's a red flag because it wasn't before. Like, but now that you've been through it,
now you know it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, seen that before. We're not doing that. All right. What is a core belief you or a value that you have when it comes to like how you move in this industry as an artist because you are in a relationship? Like, is there something that you like, hey, I'm standing firm on this. This is something that I feel like is just not respectful and I'm not doing it. Like,
not respectful? Wait, what?
Like, you know how there's certain things that artists have to, well, they say that they have to do in order to be in the industry. Is there something that you're just like against when it comes to that because of like your respect for your relationship? Like, is there something that you're just off limits to? If a producer was like, we gotta put you in this music video and you gotta kiss her. She wanna die?
I'm done. Like I said, like I feel like there is like there's just like a business,
right.
There is a business, but sometimes if there should be a lot of communication involved. There should be a lot of communication, because like in the industry it's not built for everyone, but there's also like a respect level at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, for like me, Like I'm very lenient.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't care if she did it,
I ain't gonna
but vice versa.
You know she's not having
But
that.
I would
Yeah.
respect it though, like you know what I mean. I would like but that's what because we're very strong on like communication.
Yeah, so you would like bring it to her like, hey, are you cool with this?
Yeah, and if it was
If you're
like
not,
if
okay,
it,
cool.
if yeah, exactly. So I'm very very lenient when it comes to like
So you're saying if
and
she was to have
understand.
to do a music video, you'd be like,
Yeah, I mean she does music videos all the time. Like I
but
just
I'm
talk.
saying if she had to kiss somebody, you'd be cool with it?
I wouldn't.
Look at it. Now he thinking
Nah,
about it.
because
Now he thinking about it. He just said he's cool.
Nah, because
He
if
said
it was on like on a business aspect, I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't care. Like because like there was I mean this is like far of a stretch, but like like people hire her to be in music videos. You know what I mean?
Right.
She'll be dancing and
Right.
stuff like that. And I'm actually just talked about this yesterday. And I'll be the one recording the music video.
Yeah.
So like.
Oh, so you're very secure.
I'm very secure,
Yeah.
and not even just that, but it's just like I understand.
Yeah,
like I
you're in the
understand.
business, so
Yeah,
you
and
know,
like and even before, like I already knew. Like it's just like okay, well, Will Smith has to kiss this girl, and he's married.
Of course, yeah.
And you
so
know what I mean.
That it's possible to do it.
Yeah,
but
there's also and still be professional. But I feel like there's just a respect level, and if like we're really big on communication, so if it's like a no, it's like all right, but this like still no, okay, well then no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm very,
That's good.
Yeah, but I do feel like I'm way more lenient when it comes to like anything.
I could tell, but that's normal because like women are just more like
I do feel like women are more like,
and I feel like we just know like women like, and we know our men like. Them lips better not touch her. Like they just better not, because she gonna be fixated on your lips for a year, and then I'm gonna have to kill her. Like no, like I just like we picture the worst possible outcome, and we don't want to go to jail. So that's all that she just don't want to go to jail. That's all that I'm telling you for her. She don't want. She wants y'all to be happy, live life. Don't put her in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? Don't do her like that. That's all I'm saying. All right.
That's funny.
Do you think your relationship keeps you like grounded and focused on your artistry, or do you know?
There's definitely some times, but most of the time, yes, it keeps me focused. Cause like how I said, I just want everyone to win, and then in this situation, I want me and my girl to win. So like I'm very like I'll be on her ass. I'll be like, yo, do this. You got to, because if you don't, people are gonna forget or like, you know what I mean. So but yeah, I'm having a brain fart again. What was the question again?
Like. Do you think your relationship like keeps you grounded and like focused on like
yes,
as artist?
Yeah, so yeah, it definitely keeps me grounded and like focused and stuff like that. There's just some days that I just feel like we're watching a movie or something or whatever, and I just get like a little bit impatient. Like I just get like some type of like
you feel like you're stagnant.
Yeah, but it's I've learned a lot to do my best to like balance it. You know what I mean? Because it's not like I'm single. I'm in a relationship, so I obviously have to balance it. You know what I mean? It is, it's not just like work. So, it is, even though we don't have any kids, it's like a family. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I've definitely learned a lot of patience, quality time, and a lot of just being relaxed and enjoying life, I guess. So yeah.
Oh, you done brought his side out, girl.
I'm dead.
You done made him trust again.
I'm dead.
I play too much.
That's funny.
No, but I was gonna say like, do you feel like a big part of it is finding just like a person that matches you? Because I feel like that's a lot of artists don't realize like it's not the fact that having a relationship is gonna hinder you. It's the fact that finding the right partner. Because like you said, like. Most of the time, it don't be the fact of like what you have to do. It's the fact of like communication, understanding. Like somebody willing to like compromise and be understanding and love you and love what your dream is. So they want your dream to come true. So they're willing to work with it and grow with you. But a lot of people are very selfish and they just want what they want. And people have to realize that when your relationship is two people and we both have our own dreams and aspirations outside of each other. So they either have to align in some way or we have to meet halfway. And if one of us isn't willing to do that, that's where the conflict comes in. So I just wish a lot of artists knew that like maybe that relationship didn't work, but maybe that was just because it was the wrong person or the wrong time. So don't put it as like, don't put off to your fans or put on tell yourself in your mind that you can't settle down or you can't be in love or you can't give that girl a chance because you might miss out on like a really good woman or like the love of your life, you know, and then you might end up lonely forever. You know, you don't want to be lonely forever. So it's like it's lonely out here already.
I feel like getting on that, I think it's very important to when you're about to talk to like about to, you know, date someone, or when you're in the midst, making it official in the midst of, you know, working thing. I mean, like, you know, talking to someone and stuff. I feel like it's easier when, like, I was already doing videos. I was already kind of like doing what I was doing. You know what I mean? So having someone that already sees what I'm doing and that notices, okay, he's, you know, doing music videos, he's in, you know, there's females in his videos, he has to go to a networking event.
She kind of already know what she's getting into.
She already know what she's getting into. You know, it's like a guy dating a stripper and then you getting tight because she's dancing with niggas.
That's just delusional.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, and then you're like, oh, don't dance or don't do this.
That be happening, I feel like.
And that happens a lot. So it's just like, if you see someone like that, it's just like, that's how.
Don't try to change them.
Don't try to change them. Like, even if you feel like it's bad or whatever, but it's just like.
That's who they are.
That's who they are. You know what I mean? They're either trying to do it for themselves, for their family. You know, they got a baby on the way and they're trying to, like, you know what I mean? But I feel like when it's not like that, it's a lot harder for the relationship to grow, because like you guys are experiencing it together and stuff, but then you might feel like damn, like back in my other relationships, like damn, like I want to go to this event, but I know like my girl might not approve, or like damn, like if I do bring her, she's gonna have a mean mug face at everybody, like, you know what I mean? So it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot harder when you both when you don't meet them like that, or like, oh, my man's trying so hard, or my girl's trying to be extra to, you know what I mean? Like, cause it's just like,
it's like if you meet them outside of their lane and you don't really know like what all entails with what they got going on, it might be harder.
Yeah, definitely.
But like
if
you've already kind of been around them, know what they do, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna try to date. It's like I kind of got a preview of what I'm gonna.
Facts, yeah, facts, exactly. That's like true. That, yeah.
That's
so,
true.
But yeah, like, you know, she already knew I was like doing music and stuff like that, you know, and I already knew like she was into her poetry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wanted to put, you know, be an author. So like I already knew like, okay, well, you know, she definitely wants to put herself out there. She's gonna have to go to networking events and talk to niggas, and you know what I mean? So I already know like
there'll be some type of underlying understanding.
Yeah. So
I see. You gotta find somebody that aligns with your path sometimes. Sometimes it's just like if your path is like super difficult to understand or deal with, just find somebody that has a just as difficult of a lane, or like, you know, so that you guys can relate in some way. You know?
Excuse me, yeah. It's definitely not impossible though, for like, you know, it's definitely not impossible. So yeah, just to throw that out.
That's facts. It's definitely not impossible. All right. We're about to play a game called Let's Get Deep, because I want to ask you deeper questions, you know, pertaining to you and just your perspective on life. So what is a defining moment in your life that shaped you, like who you are today?
A lot of stuff. I'll try to not take forever to answer this question. Probably a foster home, because it helped me kind of just be out of my comfort zone, because I was like always a new kid. I always hated being the new kid, but I liked the attention. But it like just made me like who I am, I guess. Like I was like a snail in a shell. Like I was just like, I could do this, but I'm just like, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but that definitely made me just how did it shape me?
Yeah, like being in foster care.
I don't know, just definitely not the easiest. I remember having a foster mom that was dang, what was she again? An atheist. she was an atheist. I had a foster mom that was an atheist,
Oh my God.
and I remember it was around my no, it was around Christmas, and we didn't celebrate Christmas. It was just very like, I don't know, like it was just like, she was actually kind of mean though. I ain't going front.
Really?
Yeah, but she was cool, but like mean, you know. But we were all cool, but we were all like kids though, you know.
Yeah.
So we always felt like, you're not my mom.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't tell me what to do. Like, you know, you're not my mom.
That's why she was mean. Your ass was bad as fuck.
There's a meme right there, right? It's like, you're not my mom. You're not my
You're not
dad.
my dad.
Yo, that's a throwback. That's a throwback.
That shit's funny as hell.
But yeah, it just shaped me to just, you know, be who I am. You know what I mean? Being in a foster home and, you know, just talking to different people and being more out there. And it kind of helped me be confident. Like, it helped me be confident because, like, I always had to pretend not to, because I was always a new kid. I always had to pretend to be okay. Like, you know what I mean? So I had to always be like,
put on a strong face.
Yeah, like, you
like,
know,
I got this.
Yeah,
the whole time you
facts.
breaking down
Facts.
like, I'm scared as fuck.
I gotta go to this class. I gotta talk to this person. But it was like repeatedly, because like I would go to a lot of temporary homes. So I would be in a home for like 2 days. I'll be in another home for like 2 months.
Oh
you know what I mean? So and those times
Those
I always
are the
had
worst.
I always had to keep on switching schools.
Yeah.
So but yeah. It shaped me in a definitely in a positive way, and helped me be like more out there and stuff like that. So
No, you are very strong for that. Like, people don't, like I said, people don't talk about that enough. Like, a lot of people go through a lot of shit in childhood, and it's like, as a child, to be bounced around. Like, I remember how I used to feel on my first day of school. So like, and I go to school. I went to high school with everybody I went to middle school with, and I still was nervous. So it's like, I can't imagine like
feeling that all
the time. Like feeling that all the time, especially twice, because I'm feeling it with the family I'm living with, and then I'm feeling it at the schools with the friends I'm supposed to be making and the teachers I'm supposed to be getting to know. And it's like, can't catch up on schoolwork because every school is doing different shit. Like, that was another thing though too. Like, adjusting to
like,
you're stupid, but how do you think a kid's gonna learn and he's learning a different curriculum every 2 months? Like that, like he's not learning. Like, so I very much empathize with you for that. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
That's all right. Yeah.
But it made you who you are. Like, that's the beautiful thing about going through trials and tribulations, is that like, it makes you resilient, and it teaches you that you can get through a lot of things that you probably never would have knew that you can get through. So kudos to you, for real. What do you value most about your current relationship?
Damn, I don't know, like a lot. Value the most? Probably like, I don't know, just understandment. If that's even a thing. Like, understandment and being communicative. Communicative.
I can't.
Yeah. Communicative. So, but yeah, probably that the most, because that's like everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's like legit, like everything. So,
so you can go to her with anything.
Yeah. So like, I'm very like open. Yeah, just with like everything. Like, but I'm very like to myself at the same time though too, especially when it comes to like things I have to deal with. Like, I just be like, things I gotta deal with. Like, that's all right. Like, sometimes I don't want to express it because I just be like, hey, it's something I gotta deal with. Like, something I gotta deal with. Because sometimes I just be like, just talking won't help. That's how I feel sometimes. Like, sometimes I just feel like talking just won't help. Like, I just feel like, all right, well, you're gonna say, oh, I'm sorry for you, or like, damn, so like, and there's only much you can do. Like, I could say sorry to myself, or I'd be like, all right, there's no need to talk, or like, all right, I gotta deal with it myself. So, but yeah, I'm very, yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
So always being able to like just talk things out, feeling like you have a safe place to like go to.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
That's good too. Because a lot of people, I know I've been in relationships. I don't know about y'all, but I've been in relationships where it's like, I didn't feel comfortable speaking on certain things that made me feel uncomfortable because I felt like I was gonna be looked at like I'm nagging or I'm being annoying. Like, so it's like you pretend to be okay with certain things, or you pretend like certain things aren't bothering you because your partner always makes you feel like you're a problem, or like your feelings are a problem. So it's like just having somebody that you can go to openly always, and like
I mean, there are some times where I'd be like, let me blow my tongue, you know what I mean?
Like, I might say the wrong thing.
Yeah, you know, there are some times, but or not at the moment,
right?
You know what I mean? There's a time and place, you know what I mean? But yeah, like
for the most part,
yeah, for the most part, you know, yeah, everything.
He thought of a time. He said, "Yeah, I knew not to say that."
Yeah, facts.
I knew to just let that thing.
I'm done.
All right, what is, if you do have one of these, what is your biggest fear in life?
I have I'll just name a couple of them. I think my biggest fear is, everyone has to go through this, but losing my parents, especially my mom. I'm like definitely a mama's boy.
That's gonna hit you, huh?
Yeah, definitely will hit me. To the point that I feel like I would lose a lot of motivation. Because like the main person I do it for is for her. It's for my mom. And but yeah, that, and probably like just like death itself. Cause like I just feel like I just want to just build like a legacy, and if I don't, it's like, or if I haven't, when that time comes, it's just like, for what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it might not be a lot for people, and be like, oh, and then like, you know, 20 years from now, no one's gonna know you or whatever. But like, I just want to,
about that, though.
Yeah, like I want to build it for, you know, myself and for the next generation of my family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was having a conversation with my brother a few days ago, because I went to Massachusetts to visit my family, and we had a discussion. He was just like, yeah, if you died though, like with me, like it made it feel like I was the only one in the family like really trying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the pressure. I'm like, you know,
like you're who they look up to.
Because I'm like the only entrepreneur. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, if you died, it's like, what would we do? Yeah, like what would we do now? Like, you know, how, like, you know,
like how are we gonna make it?
Yeah. So it kind of made me like think like, damn, like, you know, it's not only just for myself, but like
my people,
for, you know what I mean, for my people, for my family. But yeah, it's probably just death, and, you know, just like my parents dying and stuff like that. But yeah, those are the things I definitely fear, for a fact.
I feel like my biggest fear in life would have to be not getting the chance to start a family, because I feel like when I was a kid, I used to always, like, I don't know what it was, when I was young, like under 10, I used to tell my mom, I'm never having kids. Kids are freaking annoying. I don't want to watch the kids. I don't want to do this. I don't like kids. But I think it was because I just felt like I had too much. I just felt like it wasn't a good environment. So like I always looked at kids as a burden, because I felt I was a burden. So because I felt like I was a burden, I thought all kids was just burdens. But once I got older, like now that I'm an adult, I then fell in love with children to a point where it's like I can't imagine not having my own children. So I literally get emotional thinking about, like, if God chooses not to give me children because of my freaking stupid comments when I was 10 years old, like, I'll be so mad. But I'd be like,
or if we can't like get pregnant,
or if I can't, exactly. Like, I'd be thinking about stuff like that. So that's like my biggest. Yes, but it's like I'm broke, so like now I'd be worried about if I get money. Like, you know, now I'm like, hopefully I blow up, so if this shit don't work, I could just, you know, figure out a way to make it happen. But like, that's probably my biggest fear, is not being able to start a family. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to get married, but it's like my biggest thing is like having children and giving them that feeling that I never had, like that feeling of being able to be a child and be happy and just enjoying being a child, and not, and feeling like a special thing instead of a burden. You know, I want to give that to children, and even if, and I would adopt too. I always said that even if I do have my own kids, I want to adopt. So yeah, having kids is probably my biggest fear. Not having kids would be my biggest fear. Okay, so my last one for the deep questions is, how do you feel about, oh wait, did I ask you this? How do you feel about other artists who use their, oh no, I don't think so. How do you, wait, no, I think we did kind of talk about this. How do you feel about other artists who use their careers as an excuse to cheat? We talked about this.
Oh, right? You didn't say that question.
I didn't ask you, but we kind of spin on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you feel about that? Like,
I don't even I didn't even know that even like existed actually, like even trying to use it as an
You don't be
excuse to
seeing
cheat.
like you know how like
Oh, well, matter
when
of
like
fact,
these big rappers they be like, oh well,
matter of
you know,
fact,
like
I seen with my own eyes. I was, and he's a popular rapper. I think I told you. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say his name because I ain't trying to get gunned down or
wait,
nothing.
tell me after this. Tell me after.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell you. But
I'm nosy. I want to know.
I was sort of talking to a stripper at the time, and this was in I think it was in Queens, New York. I forgot the name of the strip club, and it was like shutting down. It was maybe like 3 or 4 a.m. or something like that, and this rapper came, and they ended up having the strip club like longer because he was coming in and stuff. So they were like, "Oh,
they kept it open."
they're just like, "Yo, we got this rapper coming in, blah blah blah." So because I was going home with the girl I was talking to, the stripper, but then we went back because
get some money.
Yeah. So
you a loyal nigga. I'm not gonna lie. He said, "Babe, you want to make that money?
So
turn around."
So when we got back, I seen who the rapper was, and I didn't mind. She was just like, "Oh, because I'm guessing like other people couldn't stay. It was just like him and his crew." They were like, "Oh," she was just like, "Oh, that's my cousin," blah blah blah. So I stood there and I had my camera and everything, and I was just chilling. And then the rapper at the time was married. He went inside the girl's bathroom with one of the strippers, and they did some stuff. And the thing is, the security was actually like blocking the door. It's crazy. I don't know if I ever told you. Did I ever tell you this? And it was just really crazy just to witness something like that, because I was just like, wow. Like, I thought he was like loyal because the way he is on social media, I was like, whoa. Like, the rapper is not really too out there like a Drake or anything like that, but
he's up there.
Yeah, definitely made some moves and stuff.
Damn.
But yeah,
in the bathroom at the strip club.
Yeah, in the bathroom of strip club.
That's why I be saying, yo, I'm scared because if a nigga bring me back some shit, I might kill that nigga.
I'm done. But it's just like, but I now I do feel like I understand what you're saying though. But yeah, I don't think it's like really an excuse. Like back to the question, like using their career as an excuse to cheat. I don't think that is an excuse.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that should be an excuse. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, if I'm a rapper, I gotta.
If you have all these options,
girl, like, you know,
and that's a part of your lifestyle, then why just be single? I don't understand. Like, why play the family
if you project
man?
It like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Why play?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna be biased because everybody know I love Dirk, but Dirk, you nigga, you play this family man. But you know you want multiple bitches. So why marry a woman, have kids with her, be a stepdaddy to her daughter? You know what I'm saying? Play this family man, and then when every time you get caught cheating, it's like you want to either act like it didn't happen or like throw out the little excuse like, oh, well, I just couldn't control because I'm a rapper and I got so many options. And then I get options too. Like, and I'm not a rapper. Girls get a lot of options daily because men are just thirsty. We choose to be loyal. So it's like, I don't give a fuck. Ain't no excuse.
Shit, yeah. When I seen that though, I was like, whoa. Like, that's crazy.
Really making me trying to think who the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm definitely telling you after this.
Because that just made me cringe. Like, that nigga said he went to the bathroom at the strip club. You know how dirty that is? And then he went home to his wife. He went home to his wife. You went home to your wife with that. Like, that's disrespect. And then they be having the nerve to call their girl dirty when they catch a girl texting a nigga. They call her all types of dirty whores, and you fucking a stripper in the bathroom. They kept the club open for your ass. Like, he was a regular.
Shit.
He was a regular.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, he threw down, I think it was like $40,000 that night. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, my husband ain't gonna be throwing money, especially on $40,000 in the fucking strip club, and I'm not with him. If I'm with him, that's different because it's for me. But you by yourself or with your niggas, you're not spending half of our fucking mortgage on no fucking.
I'm done. It's a tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off.
I can't with y'all.
I'm done.
All right. We're going to get into the unpopular opinion, y'all, because y'all know I like to end out my episodes with an unpopular opinion just to shake it up a little bit, you know. So my unpopular opinion about this topic was really like, you have to like find people who love you for you. Like, because I had to, like, he kind of touched on it earlier, and I feel like that's a big issue in a lot of people's relationships. Like, a lot of people try to change people into who they want them to be, or like, you'll meet a person one way and then you know everything that's entailed with them, and then you trick them into thinking you love everything about them, and then as soon as you reel them in and they feel connected to you and they feel like you love them and you trust them and everything's gonna be good, it's like you start pointing out all their flaws when really it's not a flaw. It's just that's who they are, and you knew that's who they were, and now you're trying to make them be who you are, and that's not okay. Like, everybody is their own people. You need to find somebody that's more like you. That's all it is. Or even somebody that's different than you and that's what you want. Get that. But don't be looking for, if you don't want a girl that's a stripper, don't go get a stripper and then make her feel like a whore and a bitch every day because she's a stripper. That's just disgusting to do as a human being. Like, you don't have to do that. It doesn't do anything to just go find you a nice little housewife that just want to sit there and do your stuff if that's what you want. I just feel like a lot of people, men and women, do it. They find a person that is completely different than what they say they want, and then they tear them down and make them feel like they're not worthy of a relationship when really they are. There's somebody out there for them. So, like, that's my unpopular opinion. I feel like people be trying to act like niggas ain't shit, bitches ain't shit. No, you are picking people that are not for you, and then you're blaming the world because you don't know how to pick what you want. That's just like, you don't know what you want.
Shit. At the same time, I'm back.
What's your unpopular opinion about this topic? Like, finding love.
Shit,
not just in artistry, in life. Like, what's your unpopular opinion when it comes to finding love?
Stop looking.
That's a good one.
What do you mean?
Like,
people be fixating on the idea of love, like, and I used to do this, and
definitely,
you fixate on like this idea of what love should be and how it's supposed to be, and or you see other people's relationships, you think that's how your relationship's supposed to be, and then when you should just find who you are, find what you love to do, and when you're living in your truth, like, whoever's for you you'll cross paths with those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what will happen. So I think that's what she meant. Like, you really just have to love yourself first. People be so busy trying to love other people, find that love in other people, but they haven't poured the love into themselves.
Shit, yeah. Thanks.
That's a great one. I feel like a lot of y'all just don't love each other, and it's only because you've never loved yourself. You've never took the time to know what you like, what you love, what you want to do with your life, and that causes a lot of like insecurities. It causes a lot of like stress. You don't really know how to manage your emotions because you don't know who you are. How can you love somebody else in a relationship if you don't know who you are?
It's crazy. Like, I'm very big on like loving yourself. Like, it's just crazy because, like, back what you were saying, because it just be like, if you don't love yourself, you can't just love anyone else. Like, you know, there's people out there that just feel like they need a relationship, or they can't like, I can't live without you, or like or just feel like they just need somebody. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta love yourself, like, really, like, for real. Like,
don't just say that shit. But really love yourself.
I'm big on, like, I love myself. Like, for real. I'm really big on that, man. You know, yeah. So, like, I'm very big on that, and I feel like it also does come with experience of like what you've gone through in life, or if you've been hurt or seen things, you know, when you were younger and stuff like that. But yeah,
I agree. I feel like now I love myself, but I'm not knocking nobody because I've been at a point where I didn't love myself. I accepted things from people that I shouldn't accepted, and I blame myself for people treating me certain ways when really I was the issue. I was allowing things to happen in my life because I thought I didn't deserve better. So now that I'm older, I had to learn, like, you get what you accept out of people, and I'm not gonna accept nothing that I don't give out. Like, I'm a good person. I'm a uplifting person. I'm a genuine person. So I only expect that energy from other people. And once I realized that, and I set those boundaries with myself and others, that I'm only gonna receive this type of energy, and I'm not gonna put out anything that I don't want to get, I've been receiving nothing but blessings. So all glory to God, glory to myself for taking that self-care role and just really like taking that time to take space. Some people gotta really take time to be alone. Some people don't take time to be alone, and that's why they don't know who they are either. Like it's hard to find out who you are when you never take time to sit in silence and just listen to your own thoughts.
For real.
You know,
facts.
This outside world will like cloud you. So just stay who you are, stay grounded, stay focused. Do you have any like last words for like your fans or any like motivational words you want to say to anybody?
It's literally, you're definitely, especially when pursuing your dreams and your goals, it is gonna just have a lot of knockdowns, like a lot of knockdowns. You're gonna have friends, family, not believing you, but you definitely gotta keep on going. Like I'm not trying to so a lot of people say this, but it's just really true though, because like you might think people might support your dream, but in reality, like a lot of people are gonna say this is whack, like this is not the way to go, or like might have friends, like you might do an event, you might think so many people are coming, the least people, the most people that, well, I don't know how to explain it, but your friends are probably not gonna go.
Right.
Your friends are probably not gonna go to that event. Like, yeah, you'll probably have a few of them, you know what I mean? But the majority of the time is gonna be strangers and people that really just fuck with you. And when you have someone that really fucks with you, really like focus on that person because they're gonna be the ones buying your merch. They're gonna be the ones streaming your music, telling so many other people like, yo, like exactly. So just not to get so discouraged when you're especially when you're first starting off, because you start getting stronger as the time goes by. So like when you're first starting off being an entrepreneur or a rapper or a model or whatever the case may be, your own business, you're gonna deal with a lot of fakeness and a lot of people who say they support you or don't support you. It's crazy because I actually just told this to my brother the other day. It goes along with like with people who ask for free services. So there's 6 stages. When you're in the process of doing stuff or like being an entrepreneur or anything, you're gonna deal with people who are trying to get discounts or trying to get things for free, like, oh, let me get inside this venue with you, or let me, they feel entitled. So like when you give people free services and stuff like that, the first one is gratitude. Like, oh wow, thank you so much, like, thank you so much for doing this for me, blah blah. The second one is expectation. So now they're just like, ooh,
now they expect it from you.
Can you do it again for me? Like, like, oh, let me get that other deal, or let me get that other free stuff from you. The third one is entitlement. Why aren't you doing it for free this time? The fourth one is devaluation. Now this is like, now you ain't shit. That wasn't special anyways. You know what I mean?
Facts.
5 is resentment, which is like, you changed.
You switched up.
You switched up on me. And then surprisingly, the last one is respect. And now it's just like, now I see your worth. Now I see you doing big things and stuff like that.
Facts.
But yeah, those are like the 6 stages of like, you're gonna go through that all the time. So sometimes it takes, to get to that respect level, you got to go through all of that. You know what I mean? You're gonna have people that's gonna feel entitled. You're gonna have people that's gonna be like, oh, his song, it's alright, or like, the podcasting, or they're doing their little thing, or like, you know what I mean, that little podcasting, or the little, like, nah, this is big things, you heard?
Period.
This is big things,
big
you heard?
Blunt talk, like, for real.
So yeah, that's what I gotta leave with all my fans and stuff. So definitely do not be discouraged on like anything that you do, and just keep on believing in yourself, because when you believe in yourself, that's like the best thing, because no one can tell you shit.
Nothing. And I just want to say, I believe in y'all. If y'all don't believe in yourself, I believe in y'all. Like, but I didn't have nobody to believe in me, and I had to believe in myself. So I just wish I had somebody to tell me that I believe in you and you can do it and you can try, and there's nothing wrong with trying. And as long as you try every day to do better, you're not failing. So don't think that you're failing just because you have a dream and you haven't made it yet. If you're taking every day to take a step forward to your dream, you're doing the right thing. So just pat yourself on the back and fuck whoever don't like it, whoever don't fuck with it. Your real people that really fuck with you are gonna find you, and that's what I'm learning. So I thank you so much for coming to this episode. This was so dope.
Thank you very much.
Like,
thank you. I need a high five though too.
Oh, you want a high five?
My hands are sweaty and shit. My bad.
It's all right.
It's all good.
This was such a dope episode, and I really just want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow him, subscribe to their YouTube channel, because him and his girl got a YouTube channel. They was hating on them.
Yo, facts,
hating on my homie and his girl, and they took down their fucking channel. So make sure y'all get them back up there. Make sure y'all watch all their new content, and y'all support them because they dope and they showing love at its finest, genuine love, no hater shit, no ego. You know, it's real building up in a team, and I love that. So thank y'all again for coming, and we'll see y'all next time on Black Talk.
Let's go. That was dope.
That was so dope. I'm so